Dunes to You is an outreach program that brings hands-on environmental learning to schools and classrooms. These experiences are so important for all kids, especially these kids who've never been on trail, maybe are afraid of the mud, afraid of insects. It gives them an opportunity to be exposed to these things with the support of their peers and overcome challenges that they may have fears in facing.
It is true that kids on the spectrum, don't engage in these kinds of outdoor activities like that of, say, your typical child. Ethan has thoroughly enjoyed his time, at camp at the Dunes Learning Center, as well as the activities that the Dunes Learning Center has brought to Clark Middle School through Tracy Chandler's classroom.
This is most inspiring, hearing the kids laugh, hearing the kids comment on what they're seeing. They're going to places that they've never been before, places that they were never maybe invited to. And it helps everyone develop a more can-do attitude. We can do anything. We just have to try.
I remember when I went on the Cowles Bog Trail at the age of 12, it was difficult for me. I remember looking back saying, oh, this is awful, 7 hours. But then when I got back to camp, I was sort of happy about it and I was proud of myself. I'd say the same thing sort of happened with my kids. When they came back, I all asked them how to go and they all went, oh, it was terrible. But then when I keep prodding them, they go, well, I had this moment where I was getting tired, but then a naturalist would point out a butterfly or a salamander, or find a frog, and then I'd look at that and I'd sort of forget how tired I was, and then I'd have a little bit more pick-me-up in me and I'd be able to go a little bit longer, and that's what sort of got them through the hike. It was them forgetting about how long it was and them just soaking in all the experiences of learning about nature.
I've seen all of our programs, from the 5-day summer camps to the 3-day overnight Frog in the Bog school year programs to the 2-hour Mighty Acorns field trips. And they're so different, obviously, but they all have a similar effect on the kids. You see the same look in the eyes of the kids as they walk into the woods, as they see these things sometimes for the first time or just seeing it in a new way that they haven't before.
One of the big pushes in education now is for students to become thinkers, and you don't really develop that just sitting in front of a computer. So getting our students an opportunity to get outside and interact with nature allows them to really develop those thinking skills and problem-solving skills that they're not going to get from a computer screen or in a classroom.
The startup of the program and the sustainability of this program is largely due to the dedication and commitment of our teachers, who've really been inspired to bring these hands-on environmental programs to their students.
We know as administrators that our teachers give 110% all day, every day. And so to have someone like Tracy who knows her students and cares about her students and puts the amount of time in that she does is really amazing. If you talk to any of the parents of students in her classroom, they cannot say enough wonderful things about her. They're so thankful that she is there to guide their students through school. We see such success with her children, and it's because of the time and effort that she puts into it and the level of care she has for her students.
Ethan's growth and development through his experiences at the Dunes Learning Center and again the activities that are brought into Clark Middle School through the Dunes Learning Center have enriched him and helped him grow as a teenager. He's now 13. And he now he'll ask to ride bikes in our neighborhood. He wants to go swim in the lake up at my parents' lake. He'll go for a hike or he'll go for a walk. It may not be that of what one might think this, big nature walk in the forest might be, but for a child with autism, this is huge.
I believe that people should support the Dunes Learning Center because of the lasting impact that it gives each child. They They learn so many different things. They'll want to be outside even more, and we know that's good for any kid. We don't want them all sitting inside doing a whole lot of nothing. So the more you support the Dunes Learning Center, the more kids that you'll be able to help to get here. Kids who come from impoverished neighborhoods, kids who do not have enough money, then you can fund their way here, and then they'll get that experience that a lot of other kids do get.
After being an educator for 30 years, I have seen many instances where kids are shut out of experiences, or people say, oh, they can't do that, they wouldn't be able to do that. We're now seeing kids participate in programs that they weren't available to them in the past because nobody thought it was possible. They never tried. And now we're letting the kids step forward and lead us, and they're able to participate like anyone else. And it's not a program for kids with or without disabilities. It's programming and experiences for all kids.